I'm Jeanne Rathbone and I'm a Humanist Celebrant, and I've conducted hundreds of non-religious funerals. As our ceremonies are very personal, I've heard some wonderful life stories and anecdotes and had the great privilege of conducting the funeral for my compatriot and comedic role model, the wonderful Dave Allen. Funerals are an essential part of life and we attend more as we get older. About 500,000 funerals are held each year in Britain. There's little reference to them in mainstream media, and we're not open to talking about death and funerals. It's very much the elephant in the room, and those euphemisms around death were wonderfully exemplified in the Python Parrot sketch. Noel Coward said funerals were the cocktail party of his set. James Joyce called them fun-for-alls, and George Bernard Shaw said, "Life does not cease to be funny when people die any more than it ceases to be serious when people laugh." And now I've selected a few snippets from various ceremonies with you, and here are a few of my obits from obits. My dad was working for the Maharaja in Gwalior when war broke out. Mum and I joined the army. She went to Delhi first. This next one. Mum wore a perfume called Smart Party. On his first visit to his local pub, he was aware that people were awkward, and to break the ice, he took his leg off, put it on the bar and said, "Fill it up." After, there was no problem. This is a sad one. Grace, Rose and Peggy, who were sisters, worked at the Admiralty during the war. And ironically, Grace and Peggy knew that Harry's ship, HMS Cornwall, had been destroyed, but could say nothing until Rose had been informed. Frank worked in the newspaper industry until after the drama of the Wapping protests. "We have never been allowed to have any of the Murdoch's publications in our home." He loved his motorcycles, leather jackets and milky coffee. Civil service hours were an unbelievable 10 to 3 in those days, with half days on Wednesdays when she and her girlfriends would often go to the cinema. He found some popularity and recognition through his skills in building homemade fireworks. He was hospitalised in Naples and then moved to various convalescent homes. Now they're mostly 5-star hotels along the Amalfi Coast. Hilda moved to the stamp office, following in the footsteps of her great-great-uncle Sir Rowland Hill, who set up the first penny post service. I even recall him ironing his football laces. Mark kept a snake whose home was in the tank upstairs on the landing. I remembered going to visit her in hospital, believing that Aunt Grace was trying to buy a baby. He completed the London to Brighton walk in 1969 in 11 hours 53 minutes. Jim never married, though he had several what he called lucky escapes. And this last one, on his first driving lesson, when told to feel the pedals, he knelt down and touched them. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you enjoyed them.